Welcome to episode 7 of Katanagatari. Last time we had our cute little snow bunny girl Konayuki with her monstrous strength and the wolf Maniwa woman, and that was a really fun episode, and see where we go from there, what we get up to this time, what sword we encounter, what other Maniwa we encounter, because we've got the truce going on. They killed Kawauso, the otter guy, just to say, hey, we're not going to use his power, don't worry about him, dwindling their numbers even further, so we might not encounter any more of them for a bit, but we'll see where we go this time. Got the timer and subtitles if you want to follow along that way, or you can pull the episode up on your own in full. I'm going to watch it and then discuss it at the end. Also, I am currently on book number 4 at the start of that book, so I'll talk about a little bit of that in the discussion at the end as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch episode 7 in 3, 2, 1, play. It's a nice image here, this black and white with these little pinwheels. What is this? And this time is apparently killing Nanami. I kind of forgot about that because it was so, like, what? But yeah, that's what they said. So yeah, she apparently, this is the shrine that had one of the swords. She apparently killed them all and took it. And also killed all of Konayuki's people and crushed their village. Damn. Yeah, Shichika's gonna go ahead and kill that. Okay. What the hell's he gonna do? That's it? That's the sword? It's a little kunai? It's a little knife? Interesting. Which one is that? What's its name? Whoa. Akuto Bita. What does it do? What's its deal? Damn, Nanami. I want to know what the hell her deal is with this. Why has she done such a thing? Just seeing him as just grass. Not even like an ant. A bug beneath my feet. Just weeds. My God. And then she stomped him to death. What the hell? Again, villain. I said in episode 4, I'm like, this seems like major, like, main antagonist overpowered levels, and now still seems like that. Like, how the... She's apparently become an antagonist, just not the one for the end of the series. We're fighting her now, which didn't expect at all, and I don't know how the hell this is gonna go. But yeah, while the OP is playing, let me just say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, because we've got a new episode every Wednesday, in addition to all the other shows I do throughout the week. And if you want to come talk about it, check out the Twitter and the Discord, and we can talk. And the Patreon, if you want to support my ability to be able to make these videos and get them early and such. Those links are in the description below. But yeah, Nanami, something will have to allow Shichika to be able to beat her, because she's the most overpowered thing of all time. I want to get a little insight into her head and what the hell's happening in there. It's gone a little nuts. And just, like, what the fuck? And what the hell does Akuto Bita do? What is its deal? I kind of forgot at the beginning that this is what we were doing this week, because it was so sudden and surprising, the reveal at the end of last episode, that it I kinda purged it from my mind. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that. Hello. The ghost of your father? Yeah, she was too good. Did he say... Oh, I don't think he said all that, did he? Who... Was that her mother? I don't remember in the flashback, or if it's just somebody else, but either way. Did he actually say that to her, though? You're a monster and you shouldn't have been born? Damn! As like a side-scroller hack and slash, where you're just crazy overpowered. Usually you're going that way, though. Holy hell. So that's actually okay. I thought we were just getting, like, representations of her thoughts, but that's literal necromancy that she learned from them and is using to bring up her memories. So those are things that they did say. He said that she was a monster who shouldn't have been born. And we just cut to this. And that guy's there. He's with them. I know he was following them. He was on the ship, but he's hanging out. Well, he did his job. He got them here. Good points. Like, don't you have better things to do? Yeah. I'm sure she would want him to hang around the sword gatherers. How did we get here? How does Shichika feel about this whole thing? Yeah. What are you wearing? What is this purple? She is monstrous. What are you gonna do? Yeah, but she's... Right? The concept of injure? What are you talking about? She's insane. I don't know if she's doing this for his benefit. If she's genuinely just pissed off and jealous and out to kill him. Thinking about who it was who changed Shichika. Just give him the little knife. What are you doing? Yeah. Well, he's a sword, but you don't have a swordsman, so then we've got no battle. We've got no problem. You did that to give him a reason to fight you. Her goal was to fight him. But yeah, I mean, you do not have a swordsman wielding you. You're just a sword. You're laying there on the ground. He has his swordsman, so let's just use that metaphor and end it there. He's gonna do it, I guess. What the hell? Good luck, pal. Good luck. There's no chance. She just learned necromancy in 2 seconds. The only way he can win is if she goes easy on him, lets him, or just like doesn't act, gets too overconfident, monologues. So we're giving that like an actual technique name. Yeah, dude. Nah. Well, you seem to know this would be the case. Sorry. I have no idea. He didn't even know. He couldn't even tell. Apparently she can. She's crazy strong. It's not just about being able to, learn these techniques through seeing them. You have to be able to use them with your body. Did she copy their physical strength by witnessing it? How the hell does that make sense? Is their strength like a technique that can be learned? Isn't it just they are physically strong within their muscles? That's even that is a thing you can learn. Just these people who are just strong. Because she met them, she learned how to be strong. What? Okay. Apparently she's a psychopath. Koniyuki is all alone. She's gonna go be with the shrine, but her family's dead. Sucks. Where are you getting this perspective that people are weeds? I mean, as a sword, you chose who to cut. You might be saying, like, I didn't choose who not to cut. I just cut everybody in my path. But you chose to do that. You chose to go after those things and after those people. But if she learned their strength, I thought the whole reason she didn't take that sword is because she couldn't lift it. Because they were the only ones strong enough to lift it. But if she learned their strength, why didn't she take the sword? Because it was just buried under the snow and she couldn't find it? With her strength, why couldn't she find it? She should have been able to copy their adaptability to cold, too, if we're going by this weird logic. Man, I thought we would be getting this at the end of the episode. Then we were shown this so early, and I thought we would get a flashback. Then I thought maybe we would just fight here, and he would lose, and then have a rematch later. But the whole episode might be in this room, doing this. Little finger, huh? Using Cho-Cho's technique. Yeah, exactly. The only reason he's not dead is because she hasn't killed him. She could have. So then she's not trying to kill him, so it seems like she's doing this for him to help him grow stronger, maybe. That's not what you said, is it? Did I mishear it too? I mean, apparently she's super strong now. Unless there's something... Maybe she lied about that. Which would make sense, because she didn't take that sword, the pear. Unless there's something else going on. Unless it's the knife. Oh, it is. It's the knife. Okay. I was wondering if she was going to use that, where it was. That's a very different type of sword. Whoa. See, that's the kind of thing that I imagined from the beginning of this series when I was thinking about super-powered swords. Something like that. Something crazy like that. Not just one that's real sharp. Or one that's just 1,000 somehow. But yeah, that's, I guess it... I mean, I would say it corrupted her. But she went off and killed all these people before she got it. But we are getting a flashback. So is the fact that she copied their strength a lie? Which would make sense because she didn't take that sword? Or were they saying, like, even if she copied that strength, it shouldn't matter all that much because her body is still so frail? And so this heals her body and also allows her to utilize the strength that she copied? Or did she not copy the strength at all, and the true reason is because that healed her frailty? I don't know. Speaking of, like, a video game, this feels like that too. Like a little cutscene you'd get in a game like that. Where it's not a fully animated cutscene. You just get the characters standing here like that. Their mouth, their lips move, and occasionally will change. And yeah, this is so video gamey on purpose, obviously. Whoa, the boss. Damn. Kicked his ass easily. That's when they found out. The princess? Oh, is this the first time we've seen her whole body? Usually just get little glimpses of her sitting down. 100% truth. No. Hey, it's the chicken. It's a phoenix, but I'm gonna stick with chicken. And the penguin. So we are getting some Maniwa in this episode. So it's just him, the penguin, the duck, and... what was he, a turtle? Is that all that's left? No, she's just nuts. But it brought out this woman as well. And I'm gonna have to copy some of Nanami's techniques if this dog outside doesn't stop barking. I'll do it. You're barking at nothing. Stop. She never comes up with clever ideas in battle. Ever. The little penguin is so scared. I don't actually know if it's a girl. I think I called her a girl last time. Just because it's a cute little penguin thing. But it might not be. I wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. Go home. I'd leave. Yeah, we need it. Want it. Sounds about right. That's a cool shot. Alright, so we do get flashbacks. We are getting a rematch. Don't know what the... what are you gonna do? Does she not need to eat with that thing in her? Is that what she's saying? She's like, Ryokugyu from One Piece. He hasn't eaten in 3 years. Yeah, there's a literal god reigning over it now. I don't know. Just hang out here, sit together, talk. What happens if you take it out? Is that a... wonder if you even can. Maybe that'll be the key. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't much of a human. It's true. They don't go around slaughtering hundreds of people randomly. They do try diplomacy first. Solid Cheerio. I mean, it's his sister. He can't do it. You're supposed to be. But things have been changing. I mean, was it relevant? Was it something that he hid? Even if she was stronger, you know, she wasn't. She said herself, like, she can't leave the island because of her body. There's a little bit of jealousy there from the beginning. Plenty. You act like you're proud of these things often. You could rip me in half with a slight breeze. He lost to Konayuki. He lost to Nanami. Slapped your sword. Didn't even say Cheerio, just a regular old snap out of it, slap. Also, I'm incompetent physically. Good recovery, though. Continue to tell him what for with tears in your eyes after your face plant. Presumably. But how will he win? You actually have one. A strategy that Togame is coming up with to help him in battle, which was like the whole point. It's finally happening. Well, it apparently does. Yes, but it's not technically at once. They are one after another. Yeah. Is it? Which one is that? The butt? He didn't think about this. He just put them all together. Yeah, she's trying to get him to improve. That seems to be what we're doing. I'll sneak into her house at night and stab her fucking eyes out. She probably doesn't sleep. Isn't that the question? Yeah? She's doing this for his sake. I want to know, yeah, what's the deal with father? Are we going to learn about that? Maybe that'll be later still. Whoa. It's a lot of trial and error. Sento the Legion in human form. They're all the same. Hello? What? 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 She is a sword while also having a sword. No, actually. I had my theory at the beginning, but you've never actually stated it. Oh. But did he? He was just accused of it? Why was... Who... Okay, well that's a whole new thing. I didn't know that at all. If he didn't do it, who did? And I would assume he didn't do it. I agree. Is that what we're getting at? He was accused of killing his wife, Shichika killed the father, and now you want him to kill you too? Take that, tree. Oh shit, we're warping. Good luck. Or maybe bad. Where? Where is that? I see. The Buddha that he constructed. Well, we have our stage. He's working on his combo. There it is. It's pretty big. You're gonna leave it exposed? Will you really, though? This is a fire hazard, by the way. That's too many candles. I don't know if I believe that. Thanked you for it. Okay, so you're not grateful. Alright. You were gonna be killed by him. Oh, this changes things. How were you even gonna be killed by him? How could he have even done that? You're invincible. Shichika killed him to stop him from killing her. Why was he gonna kill her after all that time? Whoa. We're counting down. How did they do that? Okay, solid work. Good shit. That's cool. That's the kind of thing I've been wanting to see from Togame's schemes. Then the rest of it should go off flawlessly. Ah, Dragon Ball Kai, I see. Is that it? I guess that's it. Anticlimactic as fuck, as always. Alright. I don't want to touch it. It's gross. So, whoa, she moved. Is she gonna try to keep fighting? Okay, so we're not done. Whoa. Is that what it was doing? What? So, we're still going. But maybe she's not gonna fight. She just says, come kill me. Oh shit, gotta protect your owner. The hair. How does she get just the hair? Because it's Nanami, she can do whatever she wants. Oh, see what I said? Fire hazard. It was just a threat to get Shichika to fight. Eh. Whoa. Hey, my catchphrase. And the sword Buddha approves? Holy shit. A clash surrounded by flames. And the sword Buddha. Whoa. Alright, this continued on from what I thought was the anticlimax. She just wants to go out. Was never able to die. She wants him to do it. Is that why you've been sickly? Your body couldn't keep up with your monstrosity? That makes no sense. Like you have this crazy inherent, there it goes, strength within you, and this whole copying ability. Copying other unrelated to that techniques does not make you weaker. Where'd the hole go? Like, if you had monstrous strength and you copied the literal strength of someone weaker than you, you'd be weaker. But if there's an ability you don't have, yeah, and she tried to use one. But, like, you know, if you didn't have the ability to turn your fingernails into swords and then you got it, you're not weaker. Doesn't make any sense. Like, I get it in general where she's coming from, like what she means, but in actuality it doesn't work that way. She did. I think it was maybe partially about helping him as well, but mainly for her own sake. That's not ordinary. Maybe you messed up by not letting that happen. Your new hair? Can't wrap it around you anymore. Good thing they did it one last time in this episode. It's weird. It's a weird look. I have to get used to it. Yeah. So we've got number 7 from a very bizarre encounter with Nanami. Alright, that's where we were supposed to go a little while ago. That's it. There we have episode 7. Oh, there's a little bit after the credits. Okay, hold on. There looked like there was a little something. A little baby Shichika, baby Nanami thing. Just eating watermelon. Okay, just that tiny little thing. Alright, the Turtle Man shows up next time. So, yeah, we'll see what happens then. Let's talk about that one. Alright, episode 7, the battle with Nanami. Last episode straight up said at the end that this time he is going to kill his sister, and I didn't know if I should believe it just because of the way this show is. Of course, you know, at the end of episode 3, we were going to fight Hakuhei Sabi, and then episode 4 focuses on totally something different, so I was like, they might just be lying. So I wasn't too offended by that spoiler just because I really didn't know, and there's enough intrigue in this episode to where I didn't care. I was like, oh man, this was spoiled. It was fine. Just the way the Nanami-Shichika battle played out and learning about what Nanami's been thinking and everything going on between them and learning more about their family. Just hearing those words that, oh, he's going to kill his sister. I wasn't even thinking about that the whole time. It was interesting enough to where that wasn't even a problem. But yeah, I have a lot to say about Nanami, honestly. So before we get to her, just some other things in this episode. We see the Maniwa just a little bit, Princess Hite just a little bit, with her dude who led Shichika and Togame there. Learning more about Shichika and Togame's past and about their father is really interesting. From the beginning of the show, I had theorized that the reason Mutsue was sent to the island was from fear of the Bakufu, either fear of the Kyotoryu, like they bring up in this episode, being used against them, or just because being like the hero of the rebellion, he would be this really famous, popular, likable guy, and he would fear just like that reputation becoming too strong, like as opposed to the shoguns or something like that. Just fearing personally against Mutsue Yasuri and kind of betraying him. But in this one, we find out the big reason was because Mutsue was accused of killing his wife, which it's not known if he did it. I don't know if we will find out if he did it. I don't know if there's anybody alive who knows whether or not he did it. But he was accused of it. If he didn't do it, who did? If he did do it, why? And then Shichika also apparently killed his father, seemingly because he was going to kill Nanami. And we don't know why. Now, clearly, he not only said when she was a child, like, I can't raise you, you're too monstrously strong. Later on, called her literally a monster and said, like, you can't, you don't have the right to live and shit like that. We saw from this necromancy that she learned, bringing up those memories. So, like 20 years later, 19 years later, or whatever, 1 year before this story started, why suddenly then did he decide to try to kill Nanami? How was he even going to do that? She's goddamn unkillable, but Shichika got in the way. Huh. That's interesting stuff about their past. That's really cool to think about. The animation in this episode is very interesting. The actual literal animation isn't anything to write home about. I'm not sure. I would say the style of this episode was done out of necessity as a workaround for lack of budget, lack of time, outsourcing, whatever the hell happened that made it so they couldn't really animate a bunch of crazy shit in this episode, so they just used a particular style to make up for that. And it was nice. The video game style that a lot of it had, it was fun. During the actual fighting, especially towards the end, it was definitely really noticeable there. Most of it you just got like their arms are blurs just doing this, and it's like not really much crazy animation, which for a fight like that, it could have been a lot more impactful had it not happened that way with that kind of style. But yeah, the video game stuff was fun to look at, like just the side scroller Nanami going around destroying everybody, or when she was going in the one where she's going upward destroying everybody, like Pocky and Rocky, and getting to the boss. And the video game cutscene just shows them going along, and then they're all standing there and their lips move while the dialogue changes, and occasionally they'll have like a slight movement. That was a fun stylistic way to make up for the lack of proper animation. But yeah, like I said, the lack of actual animation for the most part wasn't bothered because of that, but at the end with the final fight, definitely I think it impacted that a little bit. Also, before we get big into the Nanami stuff, about the books, since I'm on book 4 now, it's been interesting seeing a couple little differences. There have been a few small ones here and there, but one of the biggest ones that I noticed was in book 3, that scene where Togame was looking at the swords and that one girl like freaked out and grabbed the sword and started going crazy, and Meisai had to stop her and calm her down. Literally just didn't even happen in the book. They just put that was made up, that was filler. So I was like, oh, interesting that they included such a scene like that in the anime. In book 3, when Shichika is surrounded by the forest of all the swords, it's called Sento the Legion in the English translation of the book, and Nishio Isin literally just wrote the word Legion 1,000 times in a row. He's surrounded by all of the Kiki Shikizaki blades. Legion, 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 for 3 entire pages. I didn't count, but I'm assuming it was 1,000 times. He just wrote the word Legion 1,000 times in a row. I'm like, okay, well, that's quick 3 pages, and I don't have to go in-depth reading. That was funny. We learn a little bit more about the Maniwa village and why they're doing what they're doing, a little bit more than I think was explored in episode 4 of the show. We get a little bit more of that in book 4, but yeah, just some fun stuff from reading the books. But yeah, we get all this shit about Nanami. The structure of this episode was interesting too, just seeing her being in the black and white scene at the beginning, her stomping these guys out like weeds, and it's crazy, and then just cutting to them dueling. And we get a flashback and rematch later, but it was crazy to watch, because this whole time you're like, Nanami is insane. How strong is she? How is he going to beat her? Why is she doing this? It was crazy to watch. There's so much running through my head as I'm watching it. And now we have a sudden change in the middle of the video. Don't get too scared. It's okay. I promise. There's a different refrigerator. Some stuff happened. Some time has passed in between recording different parts of this video, but everything's fine. We're all good. Let's keep talking about the episode. So anyway, Togame had some good stuff in this episode. I actually enjoyed her role as well because she actually contributes schemes. I've been waiting. From the beginning, one of the things that I was looking forward to was seeing her plans, her tactics for battle utilized with his physical ability. He'll be doing the battle and she'll come up with cool strategies for him to use, and that has really not been the case at all. She gets them where they need to be, she tries to negotiate, she motivates him, she does things in other areas, not to say that she never contributes anything. But one of the things I was looking forward to was her coming up with strategies in battle, and she's just never done it, except apparently against Takuhei Sabi, which doesn't count because we didn't see it. Everything else that he ever did was his own accord, Genkaku Uneri, Meisai Saruga, throwing the armor guy, anything that he did against the Koneyuki possessed in last episode. That was all him, She never contributed at all. She's just like, go get him, Shichika. But here, she comes up with schemes. She comes up with the whole candle thing, having the candles all go out at the exact right time, and she proves that she has been paying attention to the Kyotoryu and understands it well enough to notice this weak spot that he has never noticed, and that Nanami also noticed, because he just kind of threw it together. Not that long ago, kind of haphazardly, just like, what if I put them all together? Okay, I'll do that. Never really stopping to think, and never really needing to, because it's never failed, that the order is wrong, that having it in that order isn't the best possible combination. Because in the books, it was either the end of book 1 or beginning of book 2, they actually say that on the start of their journey, soon after they left the island, they went to random dojos just so Togame could have experience watching the Kyotoryu in action, just fighting random fodder guys, just so she could learn it. So she could see what kind of techniques he has, so that she can understand it and utilize it in her strategies. And she's never done that until now. So I really liked seeing that from Togame. Just the scene where she was motivating him to get back up and try again, and how she's just so proud of herself every time. She's like, I failed so many times, like in the same way she's always like, oh, well, a light breeze would tear me in half. How she acts so proud of these things, motivating him to keep trying, slapping him while falling on her face, but not letting it bother her. Get back up and just keep going. I enjoyed her role in this episode, and she gets a haircut by the end, which is a little weird. I'm going to have to take some time to get used to it, because her hair, I feel like, is a pretty big defining part of her. I've gotten very used to the long hair. Even with her character and her relationship with Shichika, it's an important thing. So it'll be kind of weird getting used to the short hair. But yeah, that does happen. Now, about all the Nanami stuff. In between the time when I was recording the first part of this video and this one, I thought a lot about this Nanami stuff. Too much. Like, I actually put a ton of thought into all this, thinking about everything that was going on with Nanami, to the point where I was overthinking so many things. But one thing that I thought of that I hadn't before was, what if Mutsue killed his wife because she was gonna kill Nanami? For whatever reason. Maybe just to put her out of her misery, maybe for other reasons, I don't know. But what if she was going to kill Nanami? Mutsue killed the mom and saved her. But then later, for whatever reason, Mutsue decided, you know what, maybe she was right, and I should kill Nanami. Decided to kill Nanami himself. Shichika stopped him and saved her. But then this time, Shichika had to go kill Nanami. Nobody's there to stop him. I could see that happening, because, she's already talking about a cycle, like, Dad might have killed Mom, you killed Dad, I want you to kill me too, let's keep this whole murdering each other within the family thing. But if it's even more cyclical, like with the mom trying to kill her too, I could see that being the case. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, with all of the Nanami stuff in this episode, it's quite interesting to watch because of how insanely overpowered she is, and I'm knowing from the beginning, there's no way Shichika can defeat her. Like, in a real battle, were she to try, he wouldn't win. You know that she is not here just to be like, well, I've decided I just want to get all the swords and I want to beat Chichika up and just whatever, and I'm doing this for no reason. You know that's not the case. You know she has ulterior motives. You know she's not trying to kill him, then she's not going all out, and that she will basically be letting him kill her. And that is what ends up being the case. She wanted to die. I was thinking most of the time that she just wanted to help Chichika, which she does. She wants to make him stronger, show him the weaknesses in his moves that he has, but her main thing was that she wanted to die, and she wanted him to be the one to do it because of all the stuff that she's dealt with in her life. And I would have liked to have seen more of Nanami because it was fun. It was rather entertaining. You know, just thinking back to the insect squad on the island and how she just annihilated them and was so cold, and it was entertaining to watch. And then here, watching her, you know, mow down all these people and just be the way she is, it could be fun to get little side stories of Nanami just being the strongest person of all time. But, you know, that's all we get of her. She's done by the end of this episode. But yeah, with her wanting to die, it's unfortunate. It sucks to think, like, yeah, she killed, like, so many people. All these people, like Konayuki's entire clan and all these people. She just wiped them all out. But, you know, with her upbringing, being on the island, being similar to Chichika in that way, and just being a sword, and she's just gonna mow down the weeds. Like, I'm not gonna stop and choose what not to cut. If swordsmen face each other, they're fighting, and that's it, and I'm gonna mow them down. You know, sucks that she did all that, but just everything she's gone through in her life. With people telling her she's a monster, she shouldn't be alive, being unable to be trained because of how much of a prodigy she is, but also never being able to feel pride for any of this, never having the sensation of putting in effort or learning things. Like, there's no point and no satisfaction to it. Like, oh yes, I have trained so hard and now I am able to turn my fingernails into these long swords or run on the water or whatever, and you feel good that you did it. But for her, it's just like, yeah, I can do it. Great. It means nothing. She's in pain, she's sick all the time, her body is not in good shape, she doesn't have the strength or the stamina to utilize these abilities as best as she possibly could. She would have been fine with her father killing her. She's like, I never thanked you for that, but I don't really know if I am thankful. Maybe he should have just killed me. Didn't value herself or find that she had a reason to live. And I mean, she's just on this island. There's nothing there, nothing for her to do. She's got this incredible ability, incredible potential that she really can't do anything with or live up to. She has all this talent, but for what? Although I find it interesting that she also says that she was copying other people's abilities in the hopes to make her weaker and doing all this so that she could live longer, which is weird, because she also said that she has no problem dying and, in fact, wanted to die. Maybe that was just kind of like a last-ditch effort, maybe just like some kind of instinctual survival instinct that she had within her. Like, oh, well, I guess I may as well try this just for the hell of it, but deep down, really still wanting to die. Maybe she just wanted to live long enough to help Chichika and to do this. I don't know. Seems a little contradictory, but I'm sure she had her reasons for all that. But yeah, with the whole wanting to copy people's abilities to make herself weaker, I don't think that makes any sense. And I don't know if the show is saying that it does. I'm not sure. We don't really get any commentary from the other characters or anything, and I haven't read book 7 yet. It's not even out in English. So I don't know what the narrator, what Nisi Oisin would have to say about it, but from my perspective, that doesn't make any sense. We could talk about that in the comments. But I think that's interesting as a perspective that her character could have that is incorrect. Because I could totally see that, like, from her warped perspective with everything she's going through. Just having the weird thought, like, I have all this crazy power. If I take these other people who's weaker than me, if I take their powers, maybe that'd make me weaker. I could see that as, like, a weird, wrong, warped perspective. But, like, it is wrong, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, the incredible power that you have is your copying ability. Like, she doesn't have strength, and she doesn't have stamina. This has been outright stated. So that's what her thing is. She just learns things super fast and can use them really well. That's her deal. using that, and copying other people's abilities isn't somehow gonna make you weaker. That literally doesn't make sense. Even if you assume that she had some incredible, like, latent strength thing within her that she couldn't utilize because of her frail body, that still doesn't make her weaker. Like, you've got Nanami's power in a container, and it's full of liquid. The liquid is all of her power. You learn the fingernail sword things. I keep doing this as if it's a Wolverine. Fingernail swords. The fingernail swords don't, like, displace any of the liquid within the Nanami container. Like, oh, now it's only 98% freakish Nanami power and 2% fingernail swords. No, you've still got the full container of freakish Nanami power, but now also fingernail swords in addition to it. So yeah, that doesn't make sense. Another thing that I was confused about was that she said the Akuto Bita was regulating and dulling her strength. I don't know what that means. I like the Akuto Bita. I like the design. I like that it's a little kunai. I like the electricity. It is more along the lines of the kind of things that I was thinking of at the beginning of the series. Before I started it, when I just knew, okay, there's 12 crazy blades and we're gonna go get them all. When I was imagining what the blades might be like and what kind of crazy supernatural powers that they would have, this is the closest so far to anything that I imagined. I didn't imagine just like, oh, one that's really tough, one that's really sharp, one that you can hold it in a different way if you want, and is heavy. This is more along the lines of what I was imagining, and I like the shape, and just stabbing it into you and rejuvenating you, the images of her with it in her chest. I thought that was really cool. And the whole point seemed to be that she was using it to get rid of her body's weaknesses, but then at the end, maybe this was just bullshit. That's really the only way it can make sense to me. She says that the Bita was regulating her strength and dulling her strength by rejuvenating her life force. How can that be? That doesn't make any sense. She has no strength. This has been established. No strength and no stamina. Any physical strength that she displayed here was because she copied it from the Itizora clan. How was it dulling her strength? Did it make her less able to utilize her abilities the way that she normally would? I don't see how that would be the case. The thing that makes most sense to me is that she would just be lying. Because that was after, their first clash, after he took the Bita out of her, and then she's just trying to spur him on to keep going and kill her. So maybe she was just saying all that to get him to do that. But yeah, like, how could it have been dulling her strength? That doesn't make sense to me. We can talk about that in the comments. Also, copying the Itezora clan's strength. Weird. Doesn't literally make sense, but I can buy it within the logic of this fictional world. That's not like a ninpo or a technique, a thing you can learn, like, oh, I'll figure out how to do the footwork to do Chocho's butterfly shit. No, it's just, they are real strong. Like, they've just got the strength within them, and she copied that, which is, weird. But again, I guess I'll buy it. It's fine. Although that does make me question why she didn't take the pair, the heavy sword, because when we found out that she killed Koneyuki's clan, but the sword was still there, I thought, well, she wasn't strong enough to pick it up, because only the Itizora clan can do that. So she didn't take it, but apparently she copied their strength, so she should have been strong enough to pick it up. So why didn't she take it? I mean, it was buried in the snow, but if she went to all the trouble, for her, I'm sure it was no trouble at all, but still, if she was going to do it, you can go dig through the snow and take it. Like, it wouldn't have been an issue for her being as freakishly powerful as she is. I don't know why she didn't take it. Did she just decide not to? Like, I don't want that one. I'm going to go to the Bita instead. Then why did you kill them all? Like, I don't know why she didn't take the sword if she had the freakish strength. I don't know. I like that she noticed Shichika's growth, calling him a rusty sword, noticing how he's become more and more human. And even though we find out that he had some jealousy in him from the beginning, we've noticed more and more his attachment to Togame growing, becoming more human. But even from the beginning, he was like, I wasn't going to tell you about Nanami's strength because I'm the one who wanted to be your sword. I didn't want you to choose her over me. Not that it would have worked out anyway because of Nanami's frail body, but, even from the beginning, he had that little bit in him. So it was cool to see her watching his growth, and she could be proud of him before she went out. First time when it seemed like he took her out before he took out the Bita was really anticlimactic, and I was like, is that it? Is that it? But she got back up, thankfully, and then we had a pretty cool final clash. And like I said, the animation was lacking, and I think that impacted it with just, the emotion and the context that had been built up around this fight. I wish it could have had more for going forward in the animation department. But with, the context of it and the set piece, just the Buddha and everything on fire around them, that made it pretty memorable, and I was pretty satisfied with their final little clash. One of the things that I was thinking about a lot when just thinking about this episode in between parts of this video was like why Nanami had the frail body, because Shichika says at the end he thinks that she was so weak, she was so sickly because she was such a prodigy. It's not just a coincidence, but he thought that it was a direct result of her incredible ability, and I was just really overthinking things a lot and really racking my brain and like trying to think of all the different possibilities of how that would work, like what literally is within Nanami's body that makes her weak. But what it came down to and what I decided is that I guess it's just the universe, kind of balancing her like a fighting game character. And within the books, because I was reading book 4, it basically confirms that. It says that the gods punished her for her freakish, incredible ability. In return for that, the weak body. So whether you want to take that literally or not really doesn't matter. The gods, the universe, fate, or if you want to think it's a coincidence, like either way, it doesn't really matter. But really, that's about all there is to it. Like, pretty sick if you think about it literally. Like, there would be gods up there like, hey, what if we gave somebody down there like incredible power, like they can just use any ability amazingly, but we made their body really shitty? It'd be a funny joke, right? Like, okay, thanks guys. You gave me this shitty body to make up for this other thing that you gave me in the first place. Really appreciate it. But however you want to look at it, it's nothing that she asked for. She didn't ask for that ability. It's not fair to her in any way. So it sucks that she had to go through all of it. One thing that I wish had been done a little better with her is making it more clear what her weaknesses were, because they say she has no strength and no stamina, and that she's sickly and in pain. I don't really think it necessarily did a great enough job showing that. She's always seemed to have strength and stamina when needed. Like after she fought Mitsubachi, I don't remember exactly. Maybe she was like panting a little bit. In the book, it mentioned like, oh, if there had been 1 or 2 more Maniwa bosses here, then I would have been screwed because I wouldn't have had the stamina. Yeah, you can say that, but when it's not shown to me, I can't really buy into it all that much. And with the strength, even in the flashback with Shichika, when it showed a little bit of when they fought in the past, I'm pretty sure he was sent like flying through the air. So clearly she had some strength, and maybe she copied his strength. If she can copy the Itazura clan's strength, maybe she can be as strong as anybody that she watches. But in that case, the conceit that she has no strength is a lie, because she does, whether she copied it or not. So, yeah, because even it can't just be all technique. Like, no matter how good she is at a Kyotoryu striking technique, if there's no strength behind it, you're not sending Shichika flying through the air. So, and I've never really got the sensation like, oh, she must be in so much incredible pain at every waking moment. I don't think they did enough of a job selling those weaknesses. They kind of just told us, like every time she ever needed to, when she fought the bug guys, or when she mowed down endless waves of dudes in Paki and Rocky, or when she fought Shichika, she had strength and stamina. She was fine. So that could have been done better. But yeah, it was an interesting episode. It was bizarre just jumping into it like this. Shichika versus Nanami, figuring out everything going through her head, watching her because she's pretty entertaining, being as OP as she is. It was interesting, changing up the formula still, getting something different. I definitely enjoyed it. It's a memorable episode. caused me to think a lot, to overthink a lot. You don't even want to hear it. Like, if I were to just, if I had just spit out everything that had been in my head, it would have been nonsense rambling forever, and you don't even want to put up with that, so yeah. We're going to Owari now, apparently. We were supposed to go there in episode 6, but the pirate guy redirected them, and we're apparently really going there now, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is it for this time. Let me know anything you want about this episode in the comments below. There's a lot of stuff to talk about Nanami. A lot of things we can discuss, or you can take it to Twitter or Discord if you want to talk over there. You can check out the Patreon and subscribe and all that great stuff. Links in the description below. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.